Hi ladies, first I want to thank y'all for coming to me and asking me to do this for y'all. I was so excited to do it. I hope y'all have a really good time. In one of the packages that I sent, each of you have step-by-step directions on all of the cards with pictures of the cards, and I did send a sample of the cards so that you can look at it and see how to do it from there. I wish I could be with y'all. It would be so much fun. I wish we lived a little closer so I could do that. Maybe some other time. But what I'm going to do is I have a short video for each card so that you can actually see how to do it. These will be available for all of my customers to see as kind of a teaching tool. So I hope y'all enjoy. In your package, I sent some grid paper. I wasn't sure what y'all had on hand, so this is a good thing to put down without ruining tablecloths or your work surface. So each of you will have a piece of grid paper, and it's got measurements here to help you with your measuring. But for your party, I went ahead and pre-cut everything, so you shouldn't have to use that, but just for future purposes and for your own stamping, each of you can take a few of those sheets and use. For the first card, it's going to be this Thanks So Much card. This is what you have, and I am sure that Vanessa has a paper cutter. So what you're going to do is on this, you're just going to trim off a 1/2 inch off the bottom there, and go ahead and fold that. And to create our background, we're going to use our wheel. You've got your Stampin' Up! Handle and the wheel. The handle actually comes with a little reservoir for you to snap in a cartridge, an ink cartridge. But for this particular card, you just need to snap that wheel in, and we're just going to use one of our ink pads. All you do is just roll it on top there, and you might want to look on your scratch paper, roll it in one area because there is some wording and you want that to be right side up. So just however, if you roll it this way, you would probably need to pop the wheel in the other direction, just depending on if you're right or left-handed. So I'm right-handed. I'm going to leave it where it is. I'm going to fold my card, and I'm just going to start creating a background. It does not have to be straight in this instance. You do not have to ink it up each time because it's nicer with that variation of color. And I'm just going to kind of roll on it to create that nice little background. You're also going to need this on this sheet of cardstock, this smaller white, and the dimensions are also written in your directions. Anything that's highlighted in the yellow is scratch cardstock, and that's going to be used to either stamp and cut out or punch out. So I provided that for you so that you wouldn't have to have that extra. So I'm just going to do on my background. Now, because of this piece, I don't want the ink to be so dark. So I'm just going to kind of roll that on my scratch paper just to kind of lighten up that, that ink and just create that background there. The next step I'm going to do is on my card here, I'm going to use a punch here at the bottom. This is our scallop border punch. This was a free item that I fit in for y'all. Last month we had our celebration, and this was one of the things you could get for free for hosting a party or spending a certain amount, but I had a couple of extras, so I put one in there for y'all to use on this project. But it comes like this. You're going to release the little lever down at the bottom to open that up, and you can see on the side here, I kind of center mine at the beginning, center it and punch, and you see you started that little pattern, but you can see the little picture on the bottom. You just line that up. See, I'm going to do it this way so I make sure I get it all the way to the edge. You line that up to get to the other side, and then you'll line it up on this side the same way, just like that, to create your bottom there. It's a fun punch to have, and this will be available in our catalog that comes out in July. So if you absolutely have to have one, that'll be available again in July for purchase. You have this little piece of almost amethyst. We're going to tear it. Vintage cards always have a certain number of layering, feathering. So we're just going to tear this little piece like this. And I'm going to use my snail adhesive. I put one in the package for each of you. Comes like this. You just open the little door, and it's the part that stays at the bottom. When you're done with this, when the adhesive is all finished, there's little buttons here. You just take that off, and this part is the part you throw away, and you keep the black part. And you can buy refills to put in your snail. So I'm just going to put a line of adhesive and back that up behind here. Just like so. And then there's a little strip here of certainly celery. I'm going to use a different adhesive, and you have that in your package as well. It's called two-way glue. And the reason they call it two-way glue is because you can use it two ways. You can use it to adhere things together. That's one way. And the other way is you can use it on top of your project to adhere things like glitter and things that you don't want to actually see the adhesive. So when you put it on, it's blue, and when it dries clear. So things like glitter, you can use it for that as well. So you're just going to stick a strip, and I'm using this on here because it's too small for the snail to go, and I don't want that extra adhesive to flap over the bottom. So I put that on there.